Good evening, students. Today is Monday, August 3rd, 2020. Monday, August 3rd, 2020. And tonight we have 3 stories. The first story is about me and my goats and my dogs. So we will read about my goats, my dogs, and a little bit about where I live. And then we have 2 stories with AR sounds. AR makes the R sound, like farm, market, barn. R sound. We've had some stories that have AR, IR, ER, but tonight the second 2 stories will just be about AR words. At the farm and the farmer's market. If we have time, we will do some verbs. We'll practice verbs in our class. If we don't have time tonight, then we'll practice on Wednesday. Some verbs or action words. So let's get started with our lesson. Here we go. Make this a little bit bigger so you can see what we're doing here. A minute here. Make that bigger. Okay. English lesson for August 3rd, 2020, Level 2 class. Tonight we will practice using the calendar, like we always do. And now the month is August. It is not July. Now the month is August. We will read about Denise's dogs and goats. I have some pictures to share with you. We will read about Arthur's farm and at the farmer's market. After we read those stories, we will answer 6 questions. Answer 6 questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Our regular questions we like to ask and answer. We will also spell 10 words from the story and write 10 sentences with those spelling words. And if we have time, we will look at some verbs and practice action verbs. We know this already, but let's do a quick review. What we do in English class. Should probably fix that. What we do in English class. We listen. We listen. We speak. We speak. We read. We read. We write. We write. We spell. And we always, not during class, but we talk about how we practice Moby Max for homework. We practice Moby Max for our homework. Here's the month, it's August. This calendar shows us we have a new month, August, A-U-G-U-S-T, August 2020. Today is Monday, August 3rd, 2020. Do we say on the calendar August 3 or do we say August 3rd? That's right, we say August 3rd because when we look at a calendar, we use ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers. Our sentences for our calendar today are: today is Monday, August 3rd, 2020. Tomorrow is Tuesday, August 4th, 2020. Yesterday was Sunday, August 2nd, 2020. And we can look on our calendar to see that. Today is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Today is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. Good. Okay, so I took some pictures to show you. Some of the students asked about my animals. We talked about pets. We've talked about the pet shop, and people have pets. They have dogs, birds, snakes, cats. So I don't have cats. I do not have snakes. I do not have birds, but I do have animals. So let's read the story. Denise's goats and dogs. I have goats and I have dogs. Goats in Spanish are cabras, and we know dogs are perros. In our stories, they call dogs pups, right? In our stories that we read for class, they call dogs pups, perros. Here's our story. Denise lives in the country with her husband. They do not live in a town or a city. I'm going to fix that right now. Or a city. Should fix that before, sorry. They have 4 goats and 2 dogs. She and her husband have 4 apple trees and many gardens. Okay, so here is a picture of our apple tree. We have 4 apple trees. Árboles de manzana, apple trees, árboles. And here are our goats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her brown goat's name is Willow. There's Willow. Her black goat's name is Luna. There's Luna. Her black and white goat's name is Stormy. There's Stormy over there. Her light tan goat's name is Penelope. Penelope's right there, and Penelope is pretty big. She's a pretty big girl. So Denise has 4 goats. Their 2 dogs are named Trevi and Odin. Trevi is 8 years old and Odin is 4 years old. This is Trevi. This is Odin. I guess you could say they are tan. It's like bronzada, tan color. They're not really brown, they're tan. Their color is a little bit like Penelope's color, tan. They like to work on their vegetable gardens and flower gardens. So we have flower gardens and vegetable gardens. Garden, jardin, we already know flowers and vegetables. So this is not a garden, this is a labyrinth. You can walk the labyrinth and think about your thoughts. You can walk the labyrinth. Here's some of our flowers. Here is me with my goats. Stormy, she's black and white. Willow, she's brown. Luna, she's black. And you can see Penelope is sort of behind me. Summer is the best time of the year for Denise and her family. So that's the story about Denise and her dogs and goats. And we answered the questions already in class. What is the story about? Denise's goats and dogs. The story is about Denise's goats and dogs and other things, but that's the main idea. Where does Denise live? She lives in the country. She lives in the country. Who is the story about? Who is the story about? Ken. The story is about Denise. The story is about Denise. Does Denise like summer? Yes or no? Does Denise like summer? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Summer is the best time of the year for Denise and her family. And we answered other questions too, but those are the main ones. Good job on that. Let's read some words that are in the stories that we're going to read. We have 2 more stories tonight. A-R. When we put the A and R together, letters A and R together, it makes the R sound, like arms. This woman has her arms up. This is a picture of a farm. Granja, farm. This is a picture of a farmer. He works on the farm. Granjera. This is a woman. Her name is Carmen. Carmen. This is a picture of a barn. Barn. Granera. This is a garden. This is a picture of a garden, G-A-R-D-E-N, garden. You can have vegetable gardens, flower gardens, many different kinds of gardens. And this is a picture of a G-A-R. What is that? That's right. It's a jar. Jar. Good. The first story is about the Arthur's farm. Arthurs are a family. Arthur is their last name, the Arthur's farm. So Arthur is their last name. If we look at the picture, they have an apple farm. See? There's baskets of apples. The man is on a ladder picking apples. This man is Carl Arthur. Carl is his first name, Arthur is his last name. This woman is Carmen Arthur. Carmen Arthur, it's hard to say, Carmen Arthur. She is his wife, esposo, esposa. They are married, husband and wife. They are both farmers. So let's read the story. Carl is his name. Arthur is their last name. Hard is another A-R word, hard, H-A-R-D. Large is big, large, L-A-R-G-E. Jelly, jelly is what you make from fruit. You can make jelly. We'll look at that. Work, they work on the farm, and working. They are working on the farm. So let's read the story. This is Carl Arthur. This is Carmen Arthur. Carl is a farmer. Carmen is a farmer. Mr. and Mrs. Arthur are farmers. The Arthurs have a farm. They have a large farm. The Arthurs, it's hard to say, the Arthurs work hard. They work hard on their large farm. Carl's arms are hard, like muscles, hard. His arms are hard from working on the farm. Carmen's arms are hard. Her arms are hard from working on the farm. Arthur, Carmen. This is the Arthur's barn. You can sort of see the barn behind the tree. This is the Arthur's barn. The barn is on the farm. The barn is very large. This is the Arthur's garden. It is a large garden. Carl and Carmen work hard in the garden. R. Lots of AR words. This is a jar of jelly. The Arthurs have many jars of jelly. They have jars of apple jelly. They will sell the jars of jelly. So that is the first story about the Arthur's farm. We can see the apples. We can see apples in the basket. We do not see the jar of jelly in this picture, but they use the apples to make jars of jelly. We answered questions about the story already, so we're going to move to some more AR words. AR, like arms, Carl, Carmen, Arthur, farm, farmer, hard, all those AR words. Okay. CAR, car. Far. There's no picture of far. It is not close, it is far. A long way away. FAR, far. DARK, this is a picture of dark. DARK. It gets dark at night. Dark. Market. 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 They are at the market, selling things at the market. PARKING. What is that word? That's right, parking. Parking. Here is a parking lot. There are cars in the parking lot. Parking lot. But the word is parking. And the last word is start. When I get into my car, I turn the key to start my car. For some cars, I push a button to start the car. I want to start my car. The car is starting. Car, far, dark, market, parking, start, and starting. So let's read at the farmer's market again, since we read it once tonight. We'll read it again for practice. This word is let's. When we have the apostrophe there, it is a contraction. LET apostrophe S is let's. Instead of saying let us, we say let's. We use a contraction. And there are contractions in Spanish, and we talked about those. So let's look at this. This is a market. The picture is a market. At the market, I see apples, chickens, and in this picture, we see jars of apple jelly. These are jars of apple jelly. APPLEJELLY. They're also selling fresh eggs. So we can buy eggs, apple jelly, hens maybe, apples at the market. And the name of the story is At the Farmer's Market. This is the Arthur's car. Carl and Carmen are in their car. They are going to the market. The farmer's market is in the city. The market is not far. It is not far from the Arthur's farm. The Arthurs get to the market quickly in their car. Many farmers are parking cars. They are parking their cars at the market. Carl is parking the car. He is parking the car at the market. The Arthurs sell apples and eggs at the market. They sell hens at the market. Remember, that's a hen. We had that in another story. They sell jars of jelly at the market. The Arthurs visit with friends at the market. It is getting dark at the market. The farmers will not sell after dark. Carmen says, it is getting dark. Let's get in the car. Let's start back to the farm. Carl says, yes, it is getting dark. Let's start back to the farm. Carmen is starting the car. The Arthurs are starting back to the farm. It is not far to the farm. It is not far from the market to the farm. And we had a little time to talk about verbs. In Spanish, the word ser is the action word to be. The verb ser in Spanish is the action word to be in English, to be. Tener in Spanish means to have in English. Ir in Spanish means go. I go, you go, we go in English. Poder in Spanish means can in English. Puedo, puede, can, I can, you can, we can. Hacer in Spanish means to do something. In English, to do. I do, you do, we do, they do. We use them in sentences. Venir in Spanish means to come in English. He comes, she comes, I come, they come. I will come to your house. They will come to the party, C-O-M-E. And D-E-C-I-R, the verb in Spanish, means to say something in English. Say. I say, you say, we say. Say. Okay. And for Moby Max, you have some lessons, but I added some verbs on your lessons. So I hope you get a chance in the next week to look at some of the new lessons where I added some verbs, action words for you to work on. And that is pretty much what we did tonight in class. You did a good job. It's beautiful weather. I hope you enjoy the weather tonight. You can look up about 4 o'clock in the morning and see meteor showers. Meteor showers about 4 o'clock in the morning, just 1 hour before the sun comes up. Look in the sky, you can see meteors. It'll be fun if it's not too cloudy. So, okay, that's the lesson for tonight, and you did a great job, and I will see you on Monday. All right, bye.